believe that this is breakfast cereal for dinner? Let me show you how you can take WEETBIX and make the most delicious chicken schnitzels that you'll ever taste. Hello, welcome back to my kitchen. My name's Charity, and here at Easy Healthy Tasty, we're all about showing you the simplest ways to make cooking that you would just have at home every day. And tonight, we're going to be making kind of like a chicken schnitzel dinner with a roast vegetable salad. So I've gone and bought from the supermarket today some chicken tenderloins because I don't need to chop these up, they're already chopped up for me. Sometimes you can find sliced chicken ready for stir fries as well, and if you would prefer smaller pieces of chicken, that's a good way of getting that. We need some eggs, we need some flour, and we need some WEETBIX. Now you can use, doesn't have to be WEETBIX brand WEETBIX, you could choose the Aldi ones or whatever. The benefit though of the Sanitarium WEETBIX is that they include iron in them. So if you're looking to bump up the iron in your diet for some reason, then using these to crumb your chicken could be a way for you to increase your iron intake. Probably just a little bit, but still sometimes every little bit helps. So we're going to start with these WEETBIX, and I think we'll probably need about 8 of them. So in this bag here, I'm going to put in 8 WEETBIX, and then I'm just going to grab a little rolling pin and we're going to smash these. Now I've got a little tiny rolling pin here, but you can do this in a food processor or something like that if that is easier for you. But for me, I'm just going to, this is going to take a moment, but I'm just going to whack these really. If you don't have something like this, you can use your hands and just crumble it up yourself with your hands as well. Or like I said before, you can use a little food processor. Might just have a little go with my hands on these last little bits. Okay, so that's ready to go. But the first things that we need to do to our chicken before we get to crumbing them with the WEETBIX is we need to coat them in some flour, and then we need to coat them in some egg. So I've got 2 more little plastic bags here. You don't have to do them in a bag. You can do it in a plate or on a bowl or something like that. But just to try and make it as easy as possible, I thought, well, let's just make them kind of like a shake in a bag chicken. So I'll just grab another spoon. So in my first bag, I just need a couple of spoons of plain flour. That's sort of 2 dessert spoons. I'll put in a third one. I don't know if I quite need that much, but it's probably better to have a little bit extra in there. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of pepper and salt to this bag. And that will add just a little bit of flavour to the crumb, a little bit of extra flavour. Okay, so I'll mix that up just a little bit. And now we're going to add our chicken to that bag. So we're going to add our chicken tenders in one at a time to the bag. That's 10 chicken tenders, I think that's what I counted. And now we're just going to shake this around to coat the chicken in the flour. Okay, that's looking pretty well coated to me. I'm going to put that to the side for a second while we get on with the eggs. So again, I've got a third bag here. And to that, we're going to add 2 eggs that we're going to crack on the edge of the bench, living on the edge. And hopefully we don't end up with much or any shell in the bag. There's one, no shell. And 2. So I'm just muddling up the egg with my hand now. If it was in a bowl or something, I would probably use a fork to kind of whisk it a little bit, but I don't need to do that in the bag. I can just squidge it with my hands. Okay, and now to this bag, we're going to add our flour coated chicken. So your hands are going to get a little bit messy doing this, but that's okay, just wash them. Okay, that's our 10 chicken tenders in there. We don't need that bag anymore. Now I'm going to seal this one up. And what we're going to try and do is, again, we're going to coat the chicken, but this time in the egg mixture. And I think that's looking, when I look at this, I mean, it looks like a total mess now, right? But I can't see any bits of flour that don't look like they've been wet with the egg. So I think that's good to go. So we're going to grab our bag of, again, 8 WEETBIX that we pulverised here. And now for this, actually I'm going to grab my tray first. Because we want to make sure that this chicken is coated nicely, I think we might want to do it in 2 lots. So I'm going to put about 5 pieces in the bag, and then we'll shake that around to coat everything. And then we'll put those on the tray, and then we'll do the other 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 pieces of chicken that has been coated in flour and then egg, and we'll shake that around. Really is quite a messy dinner, but it tastes really good. It's worth it. Okay, let's see. Hopefully these are looking okay. Oh, look at that. Perfect. 1, 2. I've got to hunt around to find them. 3. 4. Should be 1 more in here. 5. Okay, and we'll do that with the other 5. So I can see this one's got a little bit of space that doesn't look particularly well crumbed. I'm not sure if that shows on the video so well, but I can always just grab some extra crumbs myself here, sprinkle and kind of push them onto the chicken. And when you're cooking things like a schnitzel or crumbed cutlets or anything like that, if you can wait about half an hour before you put them in the oven, or if you're cooking them in a fry pan, the same sort of thing. Probably more so for cooking it in a fry pan actually. If you can wait an extra half an hour or so, pop them in the fridge and wait, it helps the coating to stick a bit better to the chicken or the cutlet or whatever it is that you've chosen. So one final step before we put these in the oven, we're going to need to spray these with a spray oil. Now, normally when you cook like a chicken schnitzel, you would fry it in a pan with oil. We can't do that because we're doing these in the oven. And that's where the spray oil comes in handy. So we're going to give these a very generous coating of spray oil on both sides before we put these in the oven. So we really do want it to look like snow on top of this chicken on both sides. All right, so these are ready to go. We're going to put them in an oven. Now I've taken the vegetables out and I've preheated my oven. I've increased the temperature to 200 degrees and we'll cook these until they're cooked through. I'm going to guess it's going to take about 15-20 minutes, but I'll keep an eye on them, and when I think they're ready, I'll get a knife, cut one in half and just check to see that it's cooked all the way through, and they're ready to serve once they're cooked. All right, so I'm not sure if this chicken's ready or not, but I thought we would test it out together and check it. So I'm going to choose the piece that I think is one of the thickest. I'm going to choose this one here. And all I'm going to do is cut it in half, and we're going to see whether the chicken looks cooked all the way through or not. And all the chicken is white. There's no pink left to this chicken, which means that it should be cooked all the way through. All right, so our chicken is cooked. How are we going to turn that into a meal? Well, today we've got our roast veggie salad here. We're going to serve these two together to make a dinner. And dinner is served. If you try this recipe, please let us know how you go with it. Or if you have any other recipe ideas that you'd like us to turn into easy, healthy, tasty recipes, please let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel because it really helps us out to get the word out about easy, healthy, tasty. I hope you have a great week and we'll see you next time. Bye.